What's going on, guys? Devin, B-Rob Fitness, the food surgeon, whatever you want to call me, back at it again with another video for you guys. And in this video, it was requested by a couple of my friends. People wanted to know how I make this beef and broccoli, one of my favorite healthy recipes to make for myself, also one of my favorite recipes to meal prep for my clients as well. It's very popular amongst them. Making beef and broccoli is simple, doesn't take long, about 15 minutes of preparation time. Throw it in the crock pot, cook it for 6 hours, and we are good to go. So starting off, after you get done washing the meat, you're going to want to go ahead and season it with some salt and pepper. After you get done seasoning with some salt and pepper, it's also optional if you want to add in the meat tenderizer. The meat tenderizer just does, what it says it is. It just makes the meat even a little bit more juicier. If you have this item in your cabinet, I say go ahead and add it to it. The more the better. But if you don't have it, it's not a big deal at all. It still tastes good. Moving on to the broccoli. So when I'm cooking the broccoli, you're going to want to cut off most of the stem. I like to leave at least about 3/4 to half of the stem of the broccoli from the crown left over. After that, I season it with some salt and pepper, put a little bit of olive oil on it, put it in a freezer bag, shake it up a little bit so everything is spread on there evenly, and then you will later add that into the beef when it's almost done cooking. I like to add it in at least about an hour before. The reason why you don't put, or I don't put, the broccoli in the same time that I put the beef in is because the broccoli is going to come out really soggy. Next step, adding in the sauces. So when you're measuring out the broth, you want to make sure that you add 1 cup of broth. Now, to touch back on the broth, I bought a really specific one. The brand that I bought it from is from College Inn. It doesn't matter, if you get it from College Inn or if you get it from some other type of brand. But what you're going to make sure that when you're buying the beef broth from whoever you buy it from, you make sure that you buy the low sodium. Broth has a lot of sodium in it, so you want to make sure that you get the lowest option that you can. You don't want all that sodium in your system. The same thing for the soy sauce. Soy sauce does have a high sodium content as well. So the brand that I bought it from is called Kikkoman's. When you look for it, it's going to be a green bottle. I also make sure that I got the low sodium as well. Take a look at the nutrition facts from the low sodium one and from just the regular standard soy sauce, and you'll see the difference in the sodium contents. When you add in the brown sugar, it's the same thing. You want to make sure that you add a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. I didn't buy regular brown sugar, light brown sugar. Also, these next 2 steps are optional. You can add in some Frank's red sauce, red hot sauce, something that I like to add to it. I like it to be a little bit spicy. I like a little bit of a kick to mine. I didn't add those 2 things to this recipe here because this wasn't for me. I'm actually going a little bit vegetarian right now. I'll explain it a little bit more towards the end of the video, but this is for others and they didn't want it too spicy, so I just added a little bit of red hot sauce. As far as the serving size for that, you just add it to your taste. If you're gonna add a lot to it, I can tell you that's gonna get really spicy, and if you add a lot of red chili flakes, it's really gonna set it off for you. So if you got some type of sinus thing or anything like that going on while you're making this, it's definitely gonna clear up your nasal passages. But you're gonna add all those liquids, all those ingredients to it, stir it up a little bit, and then after that, throw the meat in there, turn on the crock pot, cook it for 6 hours, and you're good to go. And then when you get done, it's going to look a little something like this. Man, that looks so delicious. It's hard being a vegetarian, guys. It's so hard just looking at this video right now. But nonetheless, you're going to want to top this over some brown rice. If you guys enjoyed this video, I ask that you give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, I ask that you do the same as well. Drop a comment, and I'll be back with more. This is Devin, D-Rob Fitness, the food surgeon, whatever you want to call me, who will be back again with more videos. Peace.